Yay! We are live. So, welcome to the SavePointOnline Podcast for the week of 9/14. And we have a very, very, very awesome time planned for you. We're going to be talking about some Pokemans, some Nintendos,
Pokemon.
all the stuff that you care about or don't care about if you're our age. So we have our regular crew here, which means below me we have Evan the Pixel Pusher. To my right on screen, it's Anna. Of course, I pointed the wrong direction because cameras. And then kitty corner to me is Aylis and Nero. So we have a great show for you to plan. So to start things off, let's talk about our first news topic, which is Pokemon Go. Um,
Pokemon Go.
yes.
Pokemon
So,
Go. This is the thing that will make me get back into Pokemon, I think.
all right, Aylis, you want to introduce it?
Pokemon Go is a new mobile game being developed, and it's another one of these integrating into the real world kind of mobile games. You're actually going to be searching for Pokemon in the real world using your phone and your GPS settings. So it's going to tell you things like, there's a Pokemon 2 meters that way, and you're going to have to actually go physically search for it. And capture it on your device using a Pokeball, Master Ball. They did show that there's going to be a lot of different ones to it. You're also going to be battling nearby people and working together to complete objectives. In the trailer that came out for it, they showed many people having a 10-minute timer to get together and defeat Mewtwo, and being able to catch him at the end is sort of a rare thing. So it's another one of these get up and move kind of games.
It's basically
Which I
what
love.
the Wii tried to be, but without breaking our TVs in the process. So,
But
with,
doing it on something that we all have, which is a smartphone, which I
But-
think is a good idea.
I think what Nintendo is failing to take into account is how many parents are going to be like, "Oh my gosh, you got my kid stole because you placed the Pokemon in the ghetto part of town," or
Yeah.
Alex and Dodger were actually talking about like, what if the Pokemon spawn in your house, and then other people know they spawn in your house? Are people gonna like walk up to your house and like knock on the door? Hey, do we need this thing? I know you don't know me,
I'm
but
sure it'll have a very large access range for that purpose, where they're going to
Yeah.
give you a very, very large bit of leeway, so you're not walking into somebody's backyard. That's usually the case with,
Yeah.
with these sorts of things.
And I'm pretty sure, because these are like ex-Google, like people. I'm sure they know what they're doing. They're not going to have it randomly spawn in somebody's house.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they're going to have multiple spawns for the same Pokemon and for different types of Pokemon. I mean, that would be kind of funny. Be like going out in your backyard and be like, oh, there's a Charizard right there.
yeah, and the,
Just throw a Pokeball. But it's just like,
yeah.
I don't know.
How it works
Yeah.
with Ingress is it's all like national monuments slash like hiking trails, like marked stuff on the map that's not like private domain. So that's how they do it, because again they worked for Google before they made Ingress, so they kind of had access and the contacts to get that Google Earth the data. So basically, I think this will work out. It'll be one of the best. Pretty much. And yes, Eternal Fragment brings up a point in chat. He says, at the depths, Mammoth Caves to catch shiny Onyx. Yes.
Did they
Pretty
say
much.
whether or not there were going to be shiny Pokemon in this one, though?
I'm betting there is, but I can just see people like speeding and breaking traffic laws to get over to that location if they're shiny. Like
Yeah.
they're like, oh, you know what's really going to be crazy is if they release Amiibo. But I don't want to really get into Amiibo. But like, you go to the store, it's a free Amiibo. You have to have the shiny version of the Pokemon, and you like upload it via QR code or something to the Nintendo website, and they send you the Pokemon Amiibo. Oh, but they wouldn't charge that. It'd probably be like
that
50
would
bucks.
be bad.
Yep.
Oh, no.
We'll talk
I
about
do
Amiibo
like the
later.
fact that they can now put specific types of Pokemon in specific places now that they're using, like GPS type of location technology.
Yeah.
Because, it would make sense. Go down to a river or a creek, you're going to find some water Pokemon. You go, near an
Right.
industrial area, you
Yeah.
might find some, strong Pokemon or some, Electro Pokemon or something like that. I like the thought of doing that because then it makes you get out your phone and check everywhere you go. It's like, I wonder what I can find here.
I'm just hoping this doesn't become a driving issue for some people.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drive by this. I'm gonna try to. Whoa! You know.
You know what you got to do? You got to get one of those.
Don't Pokemon Go and drive.
Yeah.
No.
Friends don't let friends go and drive.
Friends don't let friends go catch.
Let friends use Pokemon Go and drive. Oh, jeez.
Exactly.
Catch them all. Yeah, there you go.
EB
but no,
and
that's
chat.
all you got to do, though. I mean, I don't think it would be that distracting. All you got to do is get one of those GPS things that you put on your windshield, then stick your phone on it, like right in front of you, so that when you're driving around, it's just like you're looking through your phone and everything. It's just like, oh, there's a Pokemon over there. Stop.
Well,
they'll do it in major cities, though.
They have the watch now too, which I don't know if the watch is a standalone app. I don't think it is. I think it pairs with your phone.
It pairs with it, yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it's not a standalone device.
Basically, it's more of a notification device than anything. Because I watched the whole press conference thing. They had like a 30-minute long press conference on Pokemon Go, and what happened was, it's basically this little clip-on thing. You can put it on your jacket, or you can like strap it around your wrist. It's got this it's a little Pokemon bracelet, Pokeball, and in the middle of the Pokeball where the switch is, it has a light that will indicate certain things are happening inside the game as you walk along. So if you're at work and you notice your thing is flashing, there's like a certain color, be like, oh, there's a new Pokemon near, or somebody's trying to battle you, or something like that. You could do that, and that's
oh god, random encounters could get so annoying that way.
Yeah,
that actually reminds me of the
everyone wants to battle you.
That reminds me of the old Pokewalker that used to come with the game, where you could take one of your Pokemon, transfer it into the Pokewalker, and then as you used it as a pedometer, your Pokemon actually was getting XP while you were at work. So when I was at Game Crazy, I just always have it clipped on, and while I'm working, I'm like, I'm leveling up, yay!
That's the easiest way to get level 100 Pokemon.
It was the best way to get rare candy, because that was that was the way you got infinite rare candy in the old Pokemons without the missing number glitch, was the Pokewalker.
It's a legitimate strategy.
Yeah.
Or not. I don't know.
Oh gosh, with Pokemon Silver, I remember I used to run with like one decently spec'd Pokemon, like level 100, and then when I wasn't actually battling anything crazy, I ran with like 5 of the raccoon Pokemon just to farm items. Oh jeez, like
Turtle Prag was like graveyards with ghost Pokemon only at night.
Yes, I would love that, like scary Pokemon Day, where it's like publicly haunted houses. Oh my gosh, like haunted houses that are like public domain, and then like ghost Pokemon spawn there.
I think it would be cool to have like sort of like a public sort of event thing that you could do for stuff like that. So like say this comes out and you're doing a haunted house, but you want to support this Pokemon thing, you could actually maybe there's a website you could go to and apply to be like, okay, I want a Pokemon event to happen at our haunted house at this location at this time.
Yeah.
And then they could program into this game, be like, oh, well, there's going to be a bunch of ghost Pokemon around this area, so when people come to the haunted house, they could come look for ghost Pokemon. I think that would be kind of neat.
That kind of existed for a while, because remember, you used to be able to go into Walmart, Toys R Us, GameStop, places like that, and there were Pokemon stations where you could bring your DS or DS Lite, because I'm ancient, and you'd be able to go there to those stations and get exclusive stuff. So that's very doable. They've done it.
Well, I think it would work a bit differently with this augmented reality thing, because I think they have to specifically place it. I don't know if there's an algorithm or something like that where they choose where Pokemon are, or if it's just like randomly generated throughout the place. I don't know, but something like that, but not just for big corporations. Like a haunted house wouldn't be part of a big corporation, because I live in Delaware. There's literally like dozens of haunted houses that happen around here, but there's usually 2 big ones. And say like those 2 big ones wanted to do a Pokemon event, they could go online and not have to be a Walmart or a Target or a GameStop to do that. They could apply to have a Pokemon event happen there. Maybe not have like a really, really like legendary Pokemon thing happen, but just just place Pokemon in that specific area. and just to sort of entertain those sort of people. I think
That would be
neat.
fantastic,
Yeah.
and that would be revolutionary, and it would be very smart business move. Now,
It would.
that because that would literally get people into your location. However, it's free and it's Nintendo. So
Yeah.
let's be honest here.
Oh.
Probably not going to happen.
I don't doubt that there will be some sort of microtransactions to this, but I think
Or
that it's sort of
Pokeballs.
understandable. Yeah, because
Yeah.
Pokeballs. I mean, like, to be honest, they weren't very specific how you actually caught Pokemon. Like, in their little trailer thing, they just showed people just throwing, a Pokeball at a random Pokemon and it would catch it. But then they also
Yeah.
showed people battling their Pokemon with other people. So, like, is it like in the game where I have to, like, weaken the Pokemon first, then catch it? Or can I just catch it with a regular Pokemon
Yeah.
without having to do anything with it? Like, they weren't very specific.
Yeah.
But I assume either way they would be like, oh yeah, you could get Pokeballs by doing, they'll probably have a currency. You can get the currency in the game somehow by doing such and such, or you can buy a certain amount of currency to buy Pokeballs and other types of items and things like that. Because I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
have seen the trailer for it, but there were actually people in there using different types of Pokeballs too, not just
Yeah.
the regular ones. There was Great Balls. I'm pretty sure there was a Ultra Ball in there. There's different types of them, which I kind of like because they're really getting into it.
Yeah.
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 I get to see like the pay to win one being like the money ball back from like Ruby and Sapphire, I believe, where it's like the more money you have on your person at the time, the greater chance it has of success, which actually outdid Master Balls and Net Balls. If you had
Yeah.
like max funds, it was fantastic. But yes, the pay to win one is going to be money balls. I guarantee. Like if we can get the purchase. But I think it is going to have a battle system because you can do the battle. I'm not sure how that's going to necessarily look. Are you going to get 4 moves? But I think it
I would
will
assume.
have a battle
Yeah.
system that's not like, hey, Pokemon, go out and then pick a number between 1 and 10, and then we'll see who wins.
Yeah.
I hope
Yeah.
it's not. I hope it's not as simple as like a Twitch bot can do. I hope it's a real battle system with stats and whatnot. But that might be asking a little much for an app, and
Yeah.
that's as of yet. And this is what I talked about when I got excited when I first saw the HoloLens. I was like, I want Pokemon in real life, and
Well, now you're doing
this is that's what I mean though. But this is going to be, I go there, I pull out my phone. Oh, there's a Pokemon nearby. Here's a small GIF of it, and then I click on the GIF or I click on something on my app. I want to go there and see a freaking Onyx pop out of the ground. You know what I mean? That would,
Yeah.
that would be mind blowing, and that's what I think AR can bring to the gaming experience. But I mean, I'm excited for Pokemon Go. I think Nintendo is going to nickel and dime the heck out of us, and it's going to be free to play, but it's going to be energy-based systems where you should get a certain amount of Pokeballs to start off with, and then you get money by participating in battles, and that's the only way you can get it, or you can pay money, which I wouldn't mind.
I didn't even think about that. You could get money by winning battles. Oh, man. But how would that work? I don't know if they would actually do that because that would almost involve real money, wouldn't it?
No,
I mean,
it would.
if they would make you pay to get that certain currency in the game,
Yeah,
then if you battled somebody and lost, or won or lost, you'd
Yeah.
be taking that certain amount of currency out of whatever they had to you. And since you could pay to get that currency, that's
I didn't say you
like,
lose money when you lose. I don't think you incur a penalty when you lose. I think it's I think it's an incentive for you to find another Pokemon Go user by the company and by the game mechanics. So,
Yeah.
who would battle if it's just for funsies with a random person? Okay, no one is going to say, I'm going to take the time out of my day to play this app without getting some sort of benefit if I win. I don't think you can get a Pokemon out of it, but what's the other option that a game developer can throw at you? Currency. Lots and lots of currency to buy items. So,
right.
Yeah.
I just think that's the most logical. Granted, Nintendo sometimes doesn't make the most logical decisions.
No,
So,
they do not.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
However, I do want to say, since we're talking about Nintendo and Pokemon, congratulations to Kimishima. He's the old CFO from Pokemon, and he was just named the president of Nintendo, I think, today or
What?
yesterday.
Did they
Yeah.
really?
What?
Yes.
Wow,
I didn't
It's just been
know that.
announced that he's taken over. I'm going to butcher his first name, Tatsumi Kimishima is the new president. He used to work on the Pokemon team. He has a banking background like I do, which kind of makes me feel happy about him being there. He wasn't anybody that was expected, but I think that's kind of a cool move.
Holy snap.
Yeah.
I was playing
Wow.
Hearthstone when this happened. No wonder. So, yeah, that's breaking news. Good find, A-List. So, man, I'm actually surprised. I'm happy because this guy has proposed Pokemon like for 8 years before it got actually made. Like, Nintendo was like, no, they pretty much didn't. Like, they didn't want to make Pokemon, but he's like, he made it enough times and proposed it enough times that it finally got made. So good for him. He has vision.
Yep.
So I like a man that can stick to what he proposes for that. But one of the things I wanted to talk about, about going back to Pokemon Go. Is that okay, Alice? Or do you want to go?
I don't care. I just wanted to blurt it out.
One of the things that kind of worries me is, well, I have a phone right here. Well, I also have older phones, which I have multiple Google accounts because, you know, what YouTuber doesn't at this point.
Yeah.
But what does that mean for the currency system when I could necessarily add a different account to a different phone and battle myself pretty much infinitely to farm money? You know, that defeats the purpose. Like Pokemon back in the day sold because there was 2 versions and we had to trade, you know, to get the whole 151. And that was a good business move. With this, there's no barrier to entry. Thus, there might be more exploitation of the system. So, I mean, I can see a solution, but I want to see what you guys think first.
I think they would put a cap on it. Like,
Okay.
you could only earn so much
Yeah.
a day, maybe. Like, you could still battle people, but you could only earn past a certain point a day
Yeah.
or whatever. I mean, you know, I don't know how much that would be. It would sort of depend on how much the items they would have to buy would cost. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how much some of these Pokeballs would cost.
Yeah.
I'm sure, like, a Master Ball, if they had it in the store, would cost an insane amount of money.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just looking forward to it. It's coming. Unfortunately, they just said it was 2016. They didn't actually give a release date, I don't think.
No.
But
Yeah,
it's
that I've
still
heard.
exciting to think about.
Oh, yeah. Like, if I would known, I would have been like, yep, I'm putting some money in Nintendo stock today. So,
Yep.
like,
Some people just got a little bit more confident with Nintendo after that announcement. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's literally going to print money. Like, Ingress is a fantastic idea with a good, solid fan base. Now add Pokemon on top of it,
Yeah.
and oh my gosh, like it will tear through the night. So
I just
will-
gotta say, this whole thing is sort of like a dream come true because I don't know if you guys were part of the April Fool's thing they did last year.
No.
With the,
No, but I saw it and I followed it.
yeah. Well, the whole thing where the trailer that they showed had a similar theme where it was people going around in the real world seeing Pokemon and trying to catch them and stuff like that. But really, it was like
Yeah.
in their Google Maps app they did that.
Yeah.
I said last year, I was like, man, it would be really cool if they would do something like that, actually do something like that, but with augmented reality with their phones. I'm pretty sure it's I said it in the video that I made. I'm
Yeah.
not sure, but here
Yeah.
it is. A year later, here it is. It's like, yes, that's exactly what I wanted. They're doing it. Yay. Yeah, it's cool. So yeah,
Yeah.
I guess we're done with that now.
Well, yeah, I was thinking, let's go ahead and transition into the next topic, which is still Nintendo, but it's with Nintendo going after the modding community. So basically, if you have a Wii U, a game came out this week that's pretty much required for every Wii U owner to buy, then that's called Mario Maker, which is, I would say, the number one reason to own a Wii U, which is hard for me to say because there's some already good games on my Wii U. But Mario Maker is by far the reason why I think anyone should get a Wii U at this point. It's just that good. But Mario Maker came out and Nintendo started to take down other YouTube channels or other Mario Maker-esque things that have been done before. So in Mario Maker, it has been a long time coming. We in the platforming community have had a lot of products come out that have been fan creations or fan hacks. Most notably of these have been the Kaizo Mario series, which are just insanely hard Mario games, like above Squirreltopia level, of course. But
not letting that go, are you?
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Well, no, they're actually Kaizo Mario are harder than Squirreltopia, but not by much. So
okay.
Yes, so. You know the 420 level we played by that one guy that
did you beat it?
Chat? No, I haven't yet. I didn't download it, so.
I downloaded it.
Oh yeah, you'll have to give me the code later.
Okay.
So, but basically everything in Kaizo Mario is that level or above. So.
Then I've never played Kaizo Mario.
Oh, it's great. Like you should watch someone that's actually better than me at video games, which is Gerard the Completionist. Over at that one video gamer, like he does, he's played all of the Kaizo Marios, or he's playing through all the Kaizo Marios on Super Beard Bros. But he is one of probably the most skilled gamer I've ever seen as far as platformers go, and he has a hard time with them. So it's
definitely touching it.
Yeah, I dream of contending with Kaizo Mario one day, but I actually fear for his channel now because Nintendo, when they come at people, like they come at them swinging with strikes. And for those of you that are unfamiliar with YouTube, 3 strikes and your channel's completely shut down. Okay, when you do copyright or if you have copyright problems, because YouTube is YouTubers. This is like one of our fears and our constant battles is dealing with copyright. Well, when someone has a problem with us, they have 3 courses of action, okay? Well, I mean 4, technically, which is leave us alone, which they never do. They can claim our content, which means they can they leave the video up, but all the ad revenue goes to them now until we dispute it. They can request a takedown, which means we have to take down the content. It does not show to anyone anymore. Or, again, these are fixable, okay? These do not result in a strike, which is a much more serious thing. Or, number 3, or I guess 4, technically, they can give us a strike, which 3 strikes and our channel's completely goodbye. Everything we've done, literally, our channel goes kaput. None of our videos are searchable anymore. No one can actually find our videos anymore. Our channel's gone. Can't send out a message to my viewers and subscribers. Like, done. Nintendo has done that to channels over Mario Maker, or this Mario thing, which for years this has been okay, but not anymore.
Yep.
So.
Just a marketing ploy to get people to buy Mario Maker.
But that's the thing.
Yep.
The people that are dedicated, that modify ROMs, are going to freaking buy Mario Maker. You know why?
Because it's easier.
It's easier.
Yeah. It's way easier than whatever they were using.
Yeah, like it's a dream come true. So why are you prosecuting something that no one is making money off of? Besides, yes, YouTubers make pennies to the thousands of views. You know, like we've been in YouTube. you don't make much money off ad revenue. Most of what we make, if we make money on YouTube, is through alternate streams like sponsorships and other things. Like a sponsored deal will get us more money than I have made in 7 months of YouTube. Okay? Just saying that. And probably, at this point, 2 years of YouTube will equal one sponsored deal. Like, at this point. So, I mean, YouTube ad revenue, like, these Let's Play channels are not making money unless you're PewDiePie. Okay? It's... like... That's what I think is the misnomer of everyone getting into YouTube. Everyone's like, oh, gonna get that YouTube monies. Yeah, well, we're going to talk about how YouTube monies, or people make YouTube monies in a bit, but and sponsorships a bit more later. But that's what upsets me about this. So
apparently, you went on quite a rant there, buddy.
Oh, sorry. Well, I wanted to.
Very long one.
I didn't want to stop you. I thought you might like bite a finger off or something.
Yeah, well, I would shut up, but I wanted to explain the YouTube side of things. So, and because a lot of people just don't realize that. But what do you think about people taking down something that is so obviously fair use?
Happens all the damn time. And part of the problem is you got trademarks, copyright laws vary from nation to nation. Japan doesn't have the same copyright that we do. They don't have free use. So they can come over and be like, you're, violating our version of copyright, and there's nothing we can do about it because their law is so different from ours. And ours is on the brink of changing if the copyright laws go through with what they want to do. So.
Oh, I wish. But it depends on which mod. It depends. Okay.
Wait, why are they changing? Is there something going on that I don't know?
They're looking to make it easier for people to steal artists' work.
Yeah, well, it's not that. It's more like
it would bite me hard.
Okay. So.
Okay.
Let's get into
a whole new can of worms. Here we go.
Okay.
Me and Anna both have a lot to lose if this goes through.
My photos
could be used by
both of us.
I agree
my
with you.
photos could be used by a company without them paying me a dime.
Except if you register individually with a private trademark.
And that's not going to work. That's how the old system was, and they fought to change it because it was heavily flawed.
Yes.
Believe me.
They could tell me our dress is on you. That's our design, so we can use whatever picture of you that we want to use on our site with no compensation whatsoever.
Okay.
Anna can draw something, and someone can use it on their website without paying her a dime.
Okay.
And even if it's registered with her, even if she's got each individual piece registered, that's going to cost her a fortune to do that. You can't register every single picture you have and every single work that you do. And then but that's how other countries are the direct opposite of that. She mentioned Japan. Yeah. There is none of that there. So if I were to say, Anna made this really cool picture, and technically it's not fan art, it's maybe a collage or something where it's not technically artist's work. Right. In Japan, I couldn't use it because a lot of times in the US, I could go, well, that's not technically fan art, it's not transformative, so I can go use it on my YouTube banner. In Japan, that doesn't fly. Your work is your work. And that's just how they see things. They have a very different mentality in this. And that's one of the reasons that places like Sony and Nintendo are really big on protecting their IPs. They're one of the biggest ones to go after people on Etsy. I do a lot of stuff on Etsy. Yep. I'm working with a lot of licensed fabrics myself. So, you have to know they don't see it that way. And they're never going to understand us. They're going to go, stupid Americans. But
pretty much.
At the end of the day, if they're going to give me strikes, if they don't want their stuff on my channel, then I don't want to advertise for them. I don't want to give them that free advertisement of running their stuff. Is it good for views if you're the kind of person who's just obsessed with getting your viewership up? Sure. A lot of people do dirty things to get viewership up, let alone just do games that people love. But they don't care about giving you views. They care that you're using their things, and they want to control the way that they're advertised. My company, is it great to get advertising? I run a small business. I have to watch where my name goes. I don't want every YouTuber advertising my stuff because there's a lot of them that I don't want to be connected to. So I guess in a way I understand it, but what we have to do as YouTubers is just go, okay, you don't want me advertising for you by playing your game, then I don't want to advertise for you.
Yeah. But again, this is this is a ROM hack, which again they're like, oh, it's our ROM in the first place, so I can understand that.
Yeah.
But what I was trying to bring back with the copyright thing was this is just a whisper of a proposal, okay? This is not in a committee yet, and there's no way that the current way this is proposed is going to fly as much as people think it is. So they've already proposed this in 2002, I think, along the same lines.
And it got shut down because the artists all got together. And this one's going to get shut down because the artists got together. It's not because
here's the thing.
Committee.
We need copyright reform. This is dumb.
We do need copyright reform.
Oh, we do.
Well,
what
no matter
what Aylis
what,
and I are fighting against.
This is a personal rant because no matter what solution comes across, people are going to be pissed, and it's going to be either shut down by corporations or by private artists, and it's no matter what, we're going to get screwed over. Okay, like this is what bothers me is we can't even get healthcare in a civilized fashion. Okay, I'm not against government healthcare. Okay, and this is bringing politics into it. But I don't trust it in the government because you can't get it through anyone without people adding on their own crap and making the law not clear, okay? We just can't as people. We can't even agree on something. We're four very like-minded people here, okay? We're different enough, but we can't even agree on the same things. How is it going to get past a committee of 500 people that don't read anything, that don't do any research, that just have their own interest at heart or a corporate interest, like that aren't trying to be unbiased. So
that's politics.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean.
That's the problem, though. That's politics.
Just keep it out of politics. But I mean, as it stands right now, copyright is ridiculous. Okay, I mean, for the fact that someone like King can come along and copyright words and successfully copyright things like saga, okay? And get it past copywriting the word saga and then going after other IPs.
That's a little ridiculous.
Yes.
That's good. That's the same thing.
So let's take this as an example. Okay, under current law, Evan could be shut down, okay, because he has Pixel Pusher as his name. I guarantee you, Pixel is enough close to stand up in court for the MGM film. I guarantee you, Evan could, if they really wanted to prosecute Evan, they could shut down his channel. Just for association.
I could argue that my
but you probably don't have the money to argue that.
Movie was even in existence, so...
Honestly, it would never even make to court. You know the name of my website. I run into problems with that all the time.
Yeah, but not everyone's going to settle for arbitration. So.
Oh, no. I usually just tell them, okay, I'll go to court with you. And they usually back off as soon as you say okay.
Yeah, because that's really
they know they can't win and it'll cost them a lot of money.
Well, I'm saying that how it is written today, you can make a case for that. And you want to bet me? Like, it's ridiculous how it's hard to even prove that you are the content owner of something, but when, like on YouTube, okay, like right now, we as creators have no recourse for our work, okay? I put up a review and it could be all over the internet. But if I ever try to pursue that, if I ever try to prove that that's my intellectual property, that becomes a whole list of things that I have to jump through. Do I claim this? No, it's someone else's intellectual property. Even though I did fair use on top of it, I cannot technically submit that because that's someone else's work. Okay, I cannot copyright this scene or this action in a review because this is technically someone else's work. Even though it might be my audio, I'm still building off of someone's gameplay. So what do I have? What recourse do I have? Why do physical artists, no offense to Anna, get a special level of protection that digital and videos do not?
You're supposed to get that protection, though. That's YouTube's flaw.
Yeah.
That is a flaw with the YouTube system, not the overall copyright. If you created it, you should be able to protect it. That's the issue with YouTube. I have that same problem. I hate it. Okay.
And technically what we do is transformative
have that
work.
Protection. Yeah.
Well, like what? Like I get what you're saying, but at what point does it become transformative? Because like I can take one of Anna's images, and very easily transform RG with an RGB slider the colors that are present here. You know what I mean? Is that transformative because I changed the base color of the background?
No. Let's keep in
No.
mind, some guy just did a big thing in a New York museum or New York art gallery where he took screenshots of people's Instagram photos and sold them on canvas for $90,000. And legally, he was protected to do so because they were screenshots of the original work and considered transformative because they had the comments below them.
What?
What's up to the U.S.? Anybody outside who likes, I work in fashion, okay? I follow these things. I mean, and
Dumb.
the law does protect you. YouTube is not the law. YouTube is a private website. It's a private organization and company. That's their rule. And it's not about copyright protection from a government standpoint. This is a YouTube rule. This is a Google rule. They care a lot more about bigger companies that they could have these sort of relationships with than a little YouTuber. And we just kind of have to roll with it because we are using their website and they're not charging us for it.
Yeah,
We've got to follow the rules.
Oh, they are. They're charging us ad revenue, but
Well, that's true. If you use their ad system instead of a private one.
Yeah, I mean they are charging us technically 40%. So
That's if you make money off of it, though.
it doesn't matter if a small tuber versus a big tuber. It doesn't matter. It's still 40%. So
yeah, but if you just use it like YouTube used to be used for, just upload videos for the social fun of it.
Yeah,
Makes no difference.
Yeah.
Then it's free.
Yeah,
Or go through an MCM. Their advertising is separate, and YouTube has nothing to do with that, and they're not getting paid.
Yeah. So, well, Google still gets their 40%. Your MCM gets it on top of that. So, yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, that's YouTube in general. Now, I wanted to talk about a little bit about taking a ROM and doing it, but I think we've kicked that topic enough. So I will say that
I'm pretty sure the blood vessel in your head is about to explode.
Well, no, not mine, Evan. This isn't me. This is me being like, well, something needs to happen, but not what they're proposing. But I just want something up on. I want this to be considered at all, if that makes sense. Like, I want reform and now type thing because these are laws governing this time that just doesn't work. Like you cannot. This just doesn't work. So at this point, so that's just me. And something needs to happen, but there's no good solution. So. But yeah.
All right, so I'm going to hijack the podcast to go to the rumor part of the podcast for a little bit more lighthearted discussion here for the moment.
Go for it, Evan.
Kingdom Hearts rumors. There is a rumor that came from KH3 website somebody found a LinkedIn profile page from somebody that used to work at Square Enix. I guess he's done doing whatever they contracted him to do, and he had on his profile several things that he had worked on, including several things for a rumored quote Kingdom Hearts 2.9. Which basically, if anybody who doesn't know what the rumor for 2.9 is basically a console remake of Dream Drop Distance from the 3DS to the PS3 and also rumored PS4. It shows several different things he worked on, including possibly reworking the traction flow system into the game because they used to have the flow motion thing in Dream Drop Distance. I don't know if any of you have played Dream Drop Distance on the 3DS. I got it right here, but they had like a different sort of mechanic called flow motion where you could like if you dodged against a wall, you could use it to jump off the wall and do a parry move a bunch over enemies and do cooler moves, or you could swing around light poles and use that as a sort of chain thing to jump off a wall and do other sort of moves. It was kind of cool, but it was a little bit clunky at first. And they said that they were going to be using a similar system, but way better designed in the new Kingdom Hearts 3 called Traction Flow. Well, they actually said in the 2.9 thing on this guy's profile that they might be working a new Traction Flow system into 2.9. If this isn't a giant troll, who knows? But yeah, so 2.9 might exist, and it might be announced in November.
This is how we found out about Fallout 4, that same kind of resume link.
I would not doubt it. They've done console ports before, because if you remember, Chain of Memories, that was originally on Game Boy Advanced. And then a couple years after that, they actually did a console port, full 3D console port to the PlayStation 2. So it's not out of the realm of the possibility that they would do it, especially since the game technically is only like 2 years old, Dream Drop Distance. Yeah. I think it came out like 2013 or something like that. It was like the year or two after the 3DS came out. It came out. So it's not that old. But also, I think it would be a good way of, it's a full game in itself. The 3DS had, fully rendered cutscenes with it. It had quite a bit of gameplay to it. It had several different worlds. Honestly, I think, in that game itself, that's a good port that you could put onto consoles, just, upgraded, better textures or stuff like that. So,
yeah.
Yep.
But you think they're... Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go
ahead. This is just a dream, but do you think they're going to release for PS4 or Xbox One, regardless, next gen, an HD recollection of the collections that they've released before? Like,
I think there's somewhere that they've said that they're not going to be re-releasing the HD collections on modern consoles.
Okay, that just feels weird. But
I think I have heard somewhere that what's his face said that he wasn't going to be porting them to PS4 to Xbox One, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But there is a chance that they might be porting the 2.9 to the current consoles, because it said in there, I think it said like PS4. I don't know if it said Xbox One or not. Probably didn't. I don't know why, if they were going to make it for PS4, why they wouldn't port it to Xbox One.
Yeah.
Because they said way back in the announcement of Kingdom Hearts 3 that it was going to be for both PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think it would be cool. One thing that would be really cool, which is another dream, if they're going to be doing a remake sort of Dream Drop Distance, I think it would be cool, since they were sort of developing this directly alongside Kingdom Hearts 3, that they could probably use Dream Drop Distance remake as sort of a test run for their new engine, because keep in mind, this is up until Dream Drop Distance, they've used like the Luminous engine or something like that for Kingdom Hearts, and now they've said I think they've moved to a different engine. I think it was like Unreal or something like that, the new Unreal engine, I think it was. And maybe if they remake Dream Drop Distance, maybe it will be with the new graphics on it.
Oh.
I don't know. That would be kind of neat. I don't see... Honestly, the game is already made. All they have to do is just sort of like redo some, art assets for it. Redo a couple of the systems. I can't imagine it would take that long. I'm not a game developer, but, most of the game is already there. They just have to reskin stuff. And then, they probably got to use half of those skins in the new game anyway. So there you go. Because it is literally... Like, I don't know how far Kingdom Hearts 3 happens in the future, but it happens obviously right after Dream Drop Distance. So, I can't imagine there's going to be too much of a disconnect between Dream Drop Distance and Kingdom Hearts 3. It would make sense that they could use the new engine for this supposed remake. Who knows?
Yeah.
I'm going to share that video you and I were watching over in the little chat box too, because
but the Keyblade, yes.
Oh my God, Kingdom Hearts Keyblade.
It's the coolest thing ever, and I want it so much. Unfortunately, they don't like make those for like regular people. You have to like custom order things, and it costs probably thousands upon thousands of dollars to get it. But it's so cool. If I had thousands upon thousands of dollars, I would get one made, and I would buy it. It's the coolest thing. It's on a YouTube channel that I've never even heard of before, but does really, really cool stuff. And they make a ton of cool anime swords and gaming swords and stuff like that. Apparently, it's been going on for quite a while. So check that out. I just saw it the other day.
That channel is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I watched
Yeah.
them a long time ago.
Oh, did they? Okay. I just found them the other day. I don't even know how I came across this video. I think it was on Facebook or something, and I was like, "What?" and watched it.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely subscribe now.
Yeah.
I can watch some of their other cool stuff. But yeah. Yes, Man at Arms. Yeah, I didn't even know they existed before that. But anyway. So yeah, 2.9. That's a thing. Maybe, possibly.
I hope so.
Hope it's a thing.
I hope so because no offense to the portables, I'd much rather play a Kingdom Hearts game like on a console.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's just me. Like I don't want to play an action oriented game on the small controls, big hands. So that's whereas probably our female podcast members here have the opposite problem of small hands, big controller. So
speaking of consoles, by the way, they just did announce. Remember a couple weeks ago we were talking about that Star Wars PS4?
yes.
Walmart is getting an exclusive version of it. It's $50 more, but it's going to come with Disney Infinity 3.0 and all the Star Wars figurines, 3 figurines and 1 small little additional piece. So, but that's going to be the only store that's going to be carrying that version of it, and they're already starting to take pre-orders.
Well,
which are probably already out.
It's the additional one. I have to look this up because
it's exclusive to Walmart. They're going to be the only ones able to do that system. It has the games in it, the ones that are downloadable. Yep. And then it also has Disney Infinity 3.0 along with figurines for Star Wars.
Okay. I'm literally sorry. I'm just want to be sure it's the same one I've seen.
Mhm. I'll share it. Skype.
There's the Battlefront. Okay, that'd be good.
Still not sold on Battlefront.
There. They've just released more gameplay stuff, so I'm kind of on the fence about it, but my kids would love this Disney Infinity version.
I watched it on Twitch. Thank you for linking it in chat. Or I guess not chat, but Skype. I watched it.
Chat.
I watched it on Twitch, and I thought it was fantastic. I like Disney Infinity 2.0. Like, I played 2.0, and it was a lot of fun. So, when 3.0 came out with Star Wars, I was like, but this might go on my Christmas list. This very well might. With the, that's... Now, that when you said all of the figures, that's what I wanted to check about. And Assassin, we're not going to talk about the NX. No one knows enough about the NX, and there's been no new news. We cover news that have happened this week, but this is just the 3 figures that come with the normal bundle.
Yeah, it's the starter kind of thing. It's got the full starter group.
Okay, so yeah, I mean that's not enough for me to be like yes when I can just get a no offense, a Battlefront, and then just pay $60 and get the Infinity as well. So
yeah, and for a lot of people who aren't interested in Battlefront but still want the PS4, this is kind of an alternative. Yeah.
So, yeah, exactly. So if you just want the Darth Vader PS4, which I kind of do, then yeah, I mean, not that I think it's the best Darth Vader in the world, but there's something about it. You know what I mean? Like I want a Star Wars licensed console. I don't care. You know what I mean? Oh, jeez. But that's just me. So. But yeah, thank you for pointing that out, Alis. I actually really like this, and I'll be looking at this for myself. But yeah, from what I've seen from my fellow Twitch streamers, this Disney Infinity 3.0 has a lot of the same elements of what made Disney Infinity 2.0, but the verticality, just like going up and down, is 100 times better. Like they had Endor, like the Battle of Endor going, and it actually looked really fun. But they were playing with Ahsoka or Shoka. No, it's Ahsoka.
Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Ahsoka.
Which is the character from the new, or I guess now the old Clone Wars series. But basically, she was in there, which was kind of like cognitive dissonance to me. But I would rather still play Olaf like on indoor and throw snowballs at people. See, that's the fantastic thing I love about Disney Infinity. But I'll let you guys talk about it a little bit. Is everything's just crazy. So, like you could just play, you could play whatever character you want on whatever playset, and it's fantastic that way. So.
We're skipping the Disney one. We already do Skylanders in our house, and we're actually going to be doing the new Lego version that's coming out of these sort of little toy games. My kids love Doctor Who, and so do I. So as soon as I saw that all the doctors were available, I'm like, you guys want this one?
Yeah, Dimensions
Used to buy it.
Amazing. I watched that too at Gamescom, or not Gamescom, but PAX Prime. So I watched a lot of that play, like 4 hours of it, and it was pretty fantastic. Personally, I think the Infinity might be a better game, but the Dimensions has a much better user base. I mean, you could be like Scooby-Doo, like you could have Doctor Who riding the Mystery Machine in the TARDIS, like into the TARDIS. It's like ridiculous to me. So, or get like the licensing that Dimensions has is just amazing.
Crazy.
So, yeah, and I think they can have Star Wars too. So, there's that. So, okay.
Next topic.
Yep. Well, I think we've covered all of them besides the rumor mill of Reddit which is basically there's a game developer in Reddit right now that is saying that he sent out a review copy, blah, 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 and he is trying to get a YouTuber to make a video, and this popular YouTuber, which is unnamed in the Reddit article, which is kind of why I'm suspicious of it, wants $22,000 to make the YouTube video. Now, A-List, do you want to take this because you're more experienced in this platform?
Background for viewers, I've been working as a blogger for the last 5 years. Most of the money that I make for a living, the things that I do for a living, comes from these sort of direct sponsorships. So when I do clothing pieces for magazines, not only do I get the clothing for free, I'm also getting paid for that sort of advertising. YouTube works in a very similar fashion. In fact, on my other YouTube channel, I've already accepted these sort of paid videos. And it is illegal to not disclose that you have a paid video. So usually what you're expecting is to see a YouTuber say at the beginning, so-and-so sent this to me for free, or thanks so-and-so for sponsoring this video.
Yeah.
The amount that you get paid for that varies very greatly. It depends on your subscriber base, your average amount of views, the length of your views, the things like that. I understand this guy not saying the YouTuber's name. I don't think that's suspicious because when we typically, in my job, talk about bad PR reps or bad bloggers to work with and things like that, we don't always say their name because then that makes you that person. It makes you kind of rude.
Right.
It's just, in a business setting, you don't want to call that person out, even if it's a developer asking on Reddit, because he wasn't doing it to complain. He was doing it to ask, is this typical? Have you done this? Should I be offended? Or is this okay for them to be saying, I want this much money? Now, from an advertising and marketing point of view, 2 million viewers is nothing to get you that much money. That is not going to make you that much money for a sponsored video. Not in a million years. The bloggers who work with big name companies in my profession have a lot more than 2 million people looking at their stuff in order to make the kind of money that they make. So the YouTuber in question was asking a ridiculous amount, but I think the developer is probably telling the truth, honestly. There are a lot of people who really overvalue their services, and sometimes it's to scare developers off, and sometimes it's because they think they're more important than they really are.
Yeah.
Yep.
From a personal perspective, I wouldn't mind doing sponsored videos on YouTube. Like, on a review, no. On a Let's Play, yes. I would do a sponsored Let's Play. But I will never take money for a review copy, or I will do a review of a product that I get for free. I will not do a review of a product that I get paid for, from a critic's perspective.
Right.
So,
well, and again, even when you get a game for free, you have to disclose legally, the company gave me this so that people can make their own decisions.
Yes.
But I definitely understand saying I don't want paid to review your stuff.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, just from a critic's perspective.
Well, I don't think in the post it actually specified what kind of video he was going to make, whether it was a review or a let's play or a one-off video or whatever.
Yeah.
It just sort of says to make a video, I believe. So, I mean, like...
Yeah, he kept it pretty vague.
Yeah, it was pretty vague. I mean, if it was doing a let's play, I could see them doing... like asking more money, $22,000 probably not, but asking more money to do a let's play, because let's plays take a lot longer than just one video. If they was doing like a first impressions video, that could be something different. I don't know. I mean, I think you're right. It's like a lot of people like sort of overvalue, who they are and how much they can make a person. It's said that, specific YouTubers, endorsement of a game doesn't necessarily translate to sales, but part of the time it does. I mean, like, you can't deny that it does not all the time. There may be some times where it's just like, oh, you were looking at some really indie, such an indie developer type game that people weren't interested in. I mean, I think it all sort of correlates as to what kind of game this was. What kind of game they were making, and whether or not it was maybe a AAA from a big company that everybody knows about or something like that. I mean, like, if this is like a developer from like a sub AAA company that's everybody might know about, and then they're asking $22,000 and be like about that, I can see that. But like, people probably buy more AAA games, and if this was like maybe a AAA developer, which I don't think it was at this point, because I think a AAA developer might, that's true. Yeah, that's true. It was an indie developer, but like say Battlefront comes out, and all of us who are very skeptical about Star Wars Battlefront, one of our favorite YouTubers says, "Oh yeah, this is a great game," I might go out and buy it. I mean, so I mean, $22,000. I think. He doesn't say the name, but $22,000. Unless this guy is super pretentious, the only other person that could maybe pull that kind of money was PewDiePie, like you said.
Yeah, Markiplier.
I mean, Markiplier is big, but I don't think he's that kind of guy that would ask for that kind of money.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think so either. I don't even think Total Biscuit, which is the reviewer, either Total Biscuit or Angry Joe. Those are the two reviewers I trust. Okay. As far as to give me a fair impression.
Right.
I don't think they would even ask for this much money. As much as TB gets viewership and what, that type of thing. I just don't think, I don't think they would offer that for that space. But in reality, let's look at, we do Let's Plays, all of us here at one point. How much time goes into editing a really nice next level top tier AAA Let's Play versus what we make? Anna probably puts in more time than most, and even the AAA Let's Players. Anna, that's what you should do. You should be hired off to edit someone's video for them, because they hire video producers. I kid you not, they make good money.
Oh, I know they do.
And you put a heck ton of work, and you put on a really solid Let's Play as far as editing goes. And you spend the most time out of all of us. How much do you think a 10 series video, how much editing time that would take?
Editing alone?
Yeah.
Well, it would, depend on the quality of your audio going in. If you have no audio issues, it'll obviously take much less time. But, let's see. How long are you expecting each episode to be?
Well,
much has to get cut out?
thinking like probably a typical 15, 20 minutes. Probably.
Okay.
And mainly sticking to funny moments and or good moments. Because that's what Let's Plays.
Okay, so something a bit more montagey and not so much like a clean run through.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be like, let's say you recorded for an hour, so that's about 40 or more minutes you have to cut out, and you have to cherry pick that. It could take you a good, for a rough cut, an hour.
Yeah, that's
and that's just the rough cut, and you don't want to upload that unless you're desperate to get it out. To polish it up, add funny things, little animation flares and stuff like that, it could take you another 3 hours.
Yeah, that's what I'm figuring, 4 hours per video.
Yep.
40 hours of work, $22,000. I don't know of a profession in the field that demands that type. Like doctors don't even get paid that much. You know, that
You'd have to be one big Hollywood hotshot with rainbow poop.
Doctors.
Or a Victoria's Secret girl.
I don't know.
So-
Man, doctors might make
An
a lot of
anesthesiologist might.
money.
But I don't think that I don't think anyone is funny enough to charge upwards of
No.
hundreds and hundreds of dollars per minute, or I guess hour.
Yeah.
But that's pretty ridiculous. So I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna say that editing's not a lot of work, but you get better and better at it, and it goes faster and faster. And I'm telling you, for a series like they were planning, which typical Let's Players usually do a series of 8 or 8 to 16, unless you're like crazy long player, which does like 100 episode Let's Play. But to be honest, no indie game is going to be a 100 episode Let's Play.
One hell of an indie game.
Yeah, but I'm thinking 8 to 10 episodes, 40 hours of editing, plus whatever on top of it to shoot it. That's a ridiculous amount to ask. So I mean, I could take a few $1,000s to do a Let's Play, but I mean, if I was 2 million up, or 2 million channel, but
Yeah.
not 22K. That's where I think the sticking point for me is not that he's getting money or they're getting money to do the series, but getting that much money for that much effort. So
Yeah. But it could be like Ayla said back in the beginning. The guy could have only been mildly interested in this game and figured if the guy's crazy enough to pay the amount and that hardcore about his product, then he'll do the Let's Play. If not, he'll just scare him off to save time for something else.
Yeah. Well, and I guess that's a personal principle. When I do reviews, I play a lot of games that I'm not actually interested in because it's my job as the reviewer to be the shield for the consumer. Okay? That's how I see when I do a review. All right? I am going to play a game, whether I like it or not, give an objective opinion, and be that intermediary for the consumer that they can watch my stuff and figure out if they want to invest in that product or not.
Right, but we were just talking about if it was a Let's Play, not a review.
Oh, okay. Yeah. My mistake. So I was thinking, when I get a product, I always debate whether should I do a Let's Play or do just a review or a Let's Play and a review. So that's my own personal problem. So, yep. You're right.
Yeah, that's why I don't do reviews, because if I don't like it, I'm not going to make a video about it. And if I do like it, then I'm going to be biased, and all you're ever going to get from me is positive reviews, because I'm not going to record something I don't want to play. So that's why I let you do all the reviews, because if I don't like it, I'm not going to put a video up.
Yeah. So. See, that's sort of why I try to do more first impression type videos, because I have a very short attention span. And I don't have a lot of time. I don't have a lot of time to play through a lot of things as it is. Like, you do to play, like, do a full review of a game. So, that's why I do what I do and just pick like 1 or 2 games, do a Let's Play through it, because that's what I got time for.
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat with Evan.
Yeah, because, I mean, like even I don't do as much work on my Let's Plays as Anna does. I pretty much just like record it as is. I may edit a few like screw ups out, honestly, I think it's one of my longest running Let's Plays is Life is Strange.
Yeah.
Because that game, I actually edited a few more episodes this morning. I think like I'm already on like part 28 or something like that. Like by the time this is done, I'll be upwards of probably like 30 some episodes by like episode 5 comes out.
Yeah.
But like I had to edit a lot of stuff out. It was like it took me forever to figure out a puzzle, or I had to keep going back at time to figure out something. Like I would put like the first 2 screw ups in there and then edit that out. There's the first few times where I cheated and went back and looked at some of my past footage, be like, what was that code again? And I went back and I added a little editing thing there. But for the most part, I don't edit. I don't do a lot of like, I try to let the funny things happen naturally rather than trying to like insert a bunch of extra jokes in editing, because I know I don't really have that much time even at all. That's why from like now on, going to try and pick my Let's Plays more better. It's do a Let's Play that I know will be entertaining rather than me trying to have to always be and that sounds lazy. I know, maybe.
No, I do the exact same thing. Something that you feel you naturally play well with.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
There's
like
enough out there.
Yeah, like me and Brad, I think we're getting to the big, the best parts of like my Jet Force Gemini Let's Play, because I think like I started editing the parts with me and Brad doing our Jet Force Gemini Let's Play this morning, and I can tell you that immediately my Let's Play is better because Brad's in it. Because me and him were playing off of each other the whole time. I would say up until that point, it's been okay, but it's now a lot better that I have something to play off of. So it's like, it really sort of depends on, I think I don't even know where I was going with this. I just started rambling about something.
It was your turn, Evan, to ramble.
Yeah, I do that sometimes. But
Evan and I are going to be causing some shenanigans on YouTube ourselves soon.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll save that for later. We'll save that till later. We'll plug that. We'll plug that later.
I wasn't going to plug it. I'm just excited. I like you guys.
Speaking of plugging products, what all have we been playing this week? So let's start that portion. So Anna's been way too busy to probably play anything. So
I played Grandia a couple nights.
Oh, nice. So
yes, and I tried Killing Floor while it was free.
Oh, so I saw that.
Yeah.
Did you? I saw you uploaded a video. I haven't gotten to watch it yet because I kind of want to save. I want to save the Killing Floor experience because
I don't blame you.
Because I want to play that game so bad.
Yeah, so. It is a pretty solid for an early access game, especially. It's pretty solid, and overall, I did enjoy it. But I stuck to single player because I didn't feel like going on with online strangers because I'm a total introvert and I hate playing with online strangers. So. Yeah, if you guys get the game, I will get the game, and then we'll all shoot things together.
Yes, that's what really transforms that game. Like, it's fun solo, but
the multiplayer is gonna be way better.
It's
gonna
like
shine.
That's Killing Floor. That is just a fantastic series. I wish it didn't focus on gore, and they're like, oh man, persistent gore and blah 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 blah. Like, I hate the artistic style, but I'm like, it's one of the most fun in FPS that you can get. So, in my opinion, so. Yep. I really want to try. I should have tried that when it was free to play. I'm jealous. So, but yeah, sorry.
Any other games?
I mean, I played a little bit of Terraria. I played a little bit of Starbound, and I don't remember what else I played. I've been doing a couple indie game jolt things just to take a break from my usual routine. So
gotcha.
Cool.
Yeah, I haven't played too much. Been running around too much.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Real life. Psh.
Real life.
What a real life. Who cares, right?
Yep.
Who does things? All right, next.
A-list, you want to go?
Sure. So I have a loot crate on the way that had a bunch of like Blizzard stuff and Pokemon stuff in it. So it really made me finally jump the gun and get back into WoW. I know.
Oh, geez.
So I got 2 more level 100s over the last week because my husband was home from work and I had plenty of free time. So I've been playing WoW. My loot crate made me kind of want to play Hearthstone again. So there was a lot of rage involved. I've also been participating in Season 4 of Diablo 3 and playing my Fallout Shelter a little more.
Yeah. So we'll get in the Hearthstone when I do mine. So. What classes did you get up to level 100?
I finally got my Hunter to 100 and my Shadow Priest.
Oh, cool. So you rock the SP. So that's one of the things that gets me crazy. And like in Group Finder back when I played, it was like, oh, we got a priest. Oh, there's Shadow Priest.
Is Shadow form okay? No. I'm gonna do it anyway. Hell no. Sorry, bad songs from a long time ago. No, actually, when I raid, I am a holy priest, and when I do PvP, I am a disc priest, but I level Shadow. So.
Yeah, I love my disc priest so much. Like, I think disc priest needs more love than what they get, but that's okay. Evan? Let's not talk WoW, okay? Well, hey, let's talk WoW some other time.
Shoot. Okay, I didn't have to.
I know, right?
Keep putting on my somewhat interested face.
Yeah.
For the podcast. I didn't know how long. Exactly. It's just like, She's like, even Anna's stroking the beard she doesn't have. She's like,
I'm
That's
sure
what I do
you're
during
into
Amiibo.
Interesting.
I know, it's like, huh? This is like half the podcast.
You're rubbing your Fu Manchu beard that doesn't
Yeah, it's a
exist.
Fu Manchu.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, for me this week, obviously Mario Maker, Super Mario Maker, which I apparently really suck at a lot of levels. We tried to stream that the first night it came out, and I very quickly realized that there are some levels on there that are just meant to be just a dick to you. It is they really suck.
It's great. I love it.
One of my followers came in on Twitch and he said, "Oh, I made a level, play that." And then I started playing it, and immediately the first time I died, I hit an invisible block, fell right into the lava. I was like, "Nope." Yeah, well, he put it there on purpose. It was kind of funny if you go back and like watch the VOD. I was like, "Oh, this better not be a dick level." Bloop, boom. That was the first seconds of the level. I just stood there and stared menacingly into the camera straight at him. I was just like, it's going to be one of those kinds of levels, isn't it? And it was. It's hard because I gave it to Chris and he still hasn't beaten it yet.
Yeah,
so,
it's tough. Like I got farther than anyone or whatever. He's like, "Yeah, we beat it, and you're the farthest that people." But I mean, that's unfair because if he gave it to me and Evan, then that's it. But
yeah,
I'm sure
it
more
is
people
super
have played
hard.
it by now, but
like these are literally precision jumps, like frame perfect jumps all the way through, and like. I would put it akin to on difficulty of the Scrolltopia finale, World 510. If you guys have watched that, I don't know if you have, but of course not. Go watch it, darn it. But
when I have time.
Yes, when you have time. But
as far as Mario Maker, I've been
trying
playing that. I played some more Zelda, Ocarina of Time Zelda. I've been hitting it lucky with the Zelda lately. Apparently, there's a bunch of Twitch streamers that do speed runs of Zelda now that are like somewhat popular to get like, you know, a couple hundred views. So it puts it like higher in the list. So every time like they go on, it's like, oh, gotta play Zelda. So that way I'll be higher in the list and people will see me. All that sorts of stuff. Excuse me. But the thing with Mario Maker, I actually have a story about that. Is I actually I went to GameStop with the sole purpose of just buying Mario Maker the day it came out. And got sort of excited and frustrated at the same time when I went into the store because also the same day that came out as Mario Maker was the next wave of Amiibo that nobody knew was coming out. Normally, I don't really care. I mean, like, I obviously collect Amiibo, but I'm not one of those people that'll be like, I'm going to stand in line for hours and hours and hours to get all the Amiibo. Like, I'll try to get the ones that I can you know, when the new ones come out. But I'm not going to stress over, be like, oh, I got to get this one and that one because, you know, I'll be like, oh, I'll just wait until, you know, they, quote, re-release them or whatever. But I just happened to walk into the store. Keep in mind, I went to GameStop early in the morning when they just opened. I literally was there when they opened the door, unlocked it because I had to get at work like an hour after that. So I was like, I'll pick it up for work because I won't be able to buy Mario Maker after work. So as soon as I go in, what's laying on the back counter? The next wave of Amiibos. All of them there on the back counter. None of them were reserved because not even the people at GameStop knew it was coming out today. None of them knew it, which is kind of something to be said about Nintendo because they announced nothing. They said it's coming around this time frame. Oh yeah, here they are with Mario Maker.
yeah.
So I spent $60 on Mario Maker. And another $60 on those darn Amiibos because I bought all 4 of the ones they had at GameStop. I have them here on my shelf, one of which I know Chris is very jealous of.
I am very, very jealous.
There we go.
I'm super jelly.
And there's actually one more that I didn't even get was a Target exclusive, but I didn't have time to go to Target.
Whatever.
One of them was Ganondorf, which, by the way,
Nice.
Ganondorf looks amazing.
He does.
Not going through your camera, but yes.
Yeah, you can't really see it through the camera.
It does
Well,
look amazing.
Shiny. But the detail on it is really, really great. There was also Olimar. There's an Olimar one. He's got a little
I
Pikmin
kinda
one
want
there.
that one. That
And
one's going to be expensive.
One which I thought might have actually been a more rarer one, but I don't think it is Zero Suit Samus.
No, it's everywhere. Like
Yeah, Zero Suit Samus I think is going to be the common one. Because usually there's at least one common Amiibo that comes out of every set.
Yeah.
Apparently this is one. I would have thought for sure this would have been the rare one. But then the actual rare one that I probably got, which I got one of the 4 they had in the entire store, was the 8-bit Mario one. That was made specifically for Mario Maker 30th anniversary. Apparently, there's 2 of these. They have the old 8-bit Mario colors, and they have the new modern style 8-bit Mario colors or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I bought one of 4 that they had in the entire store for those. In fact, I think I bought the last Ganondorf too, because I was one of 3 people that made it inside when they were open. They were just waiting outside for them to open. So I got first dibs on everything. So I was just like. It's like, I didn't come here to buy those, but I know if I don't buy them now, I will never see them again. So there we are. I bought those. I spent way too much money on them, too.
Yep.
So that's the thing.
That's the thing with Amiibo is it's like they're like Pringles. Once you pop, you just can't stop. I mean,
Exactly.
just seriously. Although I actually opened mine, cough, cough, and use them. So
It's their Amiibo.
yeah, who opens their Amiibo is what.
That's dumb.
Yeah. So
I'll only open them if I get multiples of them.
it's
That's
just
the only way I'll open them.
it's just dumb because the day of, like, I'm talking like 6 hours after release, they were sold out everywhere, and I mean everywhere. I want one for Mario Maker, and this is what drives me crazy about Amiibo. Just as a moment, literally, I don't mind if you lock content behind an Amiibo that is very easy to find, like a costume or whatnot.
Right.
You know, that's meh content. But this in a creation game, Mario Maker, the Mega Mushroom is locked behind an Amiibo. So you can't. Every other costume in a Mario Maker, whether you have the Amiibo or not, you can unlock through completing 100-man Melee not Melee, but 100-man Mario a bunch of times. You cannot unlock the 8-bit 30th special editions. And you get the Mega Mushroom, which actually is a level mechanic where you become big giant Mario and can run into blocks. And that's the only way you can you can get past sideways blocks, if that makes sense. So,
and it frustrates him to no end that I have one and I will not open it.
yeah, I want it as a level creator to have that item at my disposal. You know what I mean?
I will never open it unless I find another one, which is probably never going to happen at this point because I will only buy them for retail price and not go on eBay.
You know what I'll do? I will
Not do it.
seriously buy one of those Wii U things out of China. The like Amico or something like that. You can hack whatever code you want into it.
It was actually out of Great Britain, by the way. It was actually out of the UK.
Oh, really? Well,
yeah.
I will still buy the heck out of it and then just use the code there. Because, again, I already have Mario. I don't need another Mario. So, I mean, as much as I love, 8-bit Mario, I don't really need it. I just want it for the item, if that makes sense. And it drives me crazy that 6 hours after there were scalpers were already putting it up in the 35 to 40 range for one single Amiibo, which isn't the most expensive, but it's still way more than I want to pay for a single item.
It's probably more now.
Oh, yeah, easily.
Yeah.
Probably way more. It's been a couple of days now.
Yeah. But, yep, that's that. So have you played anything else, or can I start mine?
I played more Gears Ultimate Collection. I've actually been getting a lot better at that. I had like 2 nights in a row where I was just killing it. I don't know what it was. There was nights where I cannot shoot anybody in the face with anything. And then there was a night, like a couple nights ago, where I was constantly getting top of the leaderboards. I was getting kill streaks galore. I made like 2 clips that night of just like kill streaks. Because apparently, if you go on like kill streaks and stuff like that on Xbox One games, it will automatically record a clip of that, and then it'll just go and it'll be like, oh yeah, we just recorded a clip without you even saying anything.
What?
Yeah, I didn't know that. Like, if you go on, like, kill streaks and, like, especially, like, Gears of War, I don't know if it does it for all games, but if you do something really, really freaking awesome in, like, a game, it'll just automatically record it, and it'll save it automatically. Like, you don't even have to tell it.
That's pretty great. I mean,
So yeah, if you go on my Xbox
Yeah.
One profile, I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of clips of me just murdering people in Gears.
Yep.
So yeah, that was a thing. The one game I actually have not played yet, but I actually just bought today because it was on sale, and I had another friend that said he was probably going to buy it too, which I think he did. Yeah, actually he did. It was on sale on Steam for 75% off. Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm Revolution.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I like Naruto. I'm a big fan of it. I don't really play the fighting games all that much, but hey, it was like a $60 game on sale for like $12. I was like, why not?
Yeah.
So I
they're
got
good
that.
Games.
Oh yeah,
like
I mean,
them.
the graphics on it are great. The graphics on it are amazing,
Yeah.
especially like during the cutscenes in the single player. They're really good.
Oh,
But yeah, I probably won't ever go online. I'll probably just play with my friend that also sucks at fighting games. So yeah, I won't do online because I will get murdered
Yeah.
online.
is
That's one of those
ridiculous.
fighting games where it's not like Mortal Kombat or like what's that other Street Fight or something like that, where like they go pro and there's always a ton of people online that'll just completely, you can find someone that will completely murder you, or you'll find someone just like you. Naruto is a specifically niche game that anybody who buys this game or plays online on this game are playing it specifically because they really like it and they're really good at it.
I would, as someone who plays those games, I would say you were right and you are wrong. Okay, there is a
Most
there
of
is
the
a pretty
people who
big
buy those games.
there is a pretty big hardcore community where if you go into ranked, you will get your butt handed to you.
Exactly, which is why I'll never do ranked.
Yep. Well, even in just arena, because people practice arena. Like, they're not polished enough to make it into the fighting game tournaments. But there are people that play them pretty hardcore, like they would another fighter.
Might stream it tonight. We'll see.
Yeah, it's a good time. I like it. So, they're a good series. So, I platinumed the first two of the PS3 games. So.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, which included multiplayer achievements, which was a pain. Hate multiplayer achievements as a completionist, by the way. But
Gotcha.
yeah, I had to grind my face into the wall playing ranked, so to get to a certain rank for the achievement. So, yep, I got good at fighting games for a little bit. So,
Just for a little bit.
yeah, just for a little bit, and then I quit. So, because it was frustrating. Well, speaking of things I've been playing, oh gosh, okay. So, I've played Guild Wars 2. I have played Halo Master Chief Collection. I have played Hearthstone. I have not touched Grandia as much as I wanted to. Did not touch Mad Max. I've been playing the heck out of Metal Gear Solid 5.
Mario Maker.
Mario Maker. That's 7
Yeah,
games.
you both been playing Mario Maker.
So,
I made a level, by the way.
I feel like I've played more. I've played like random games on my phone, like Final Fantasy IV. That's right.
Ah!
I didn't realize I had my Final Fantasy IV already owned on my phone. Remember how I think we were talking, me and you, the other week about like, yeah, I should go pick up Final Fantasy IV.
Yeah, I
that?
think I remember that.
But I already had it on my phone, and I didn't realize because I buy things when they're on sale. So, yep. So, yay for things that you don't even know you own. So,
Yep.
that's what So that's 8 games. So, and probably more because I didn't get a chance to play Mad Max like I kind of intended on. And I've been playing Hearthstone, and actually, as soon as we're done here, I'm going to go play Hearthstone because I think I have a slight problem now.
Yeah.
So,
Just don't spend all your channel money on card
no,
packs.
well, I'm like,
Yeah.
man, I should really buy at least the second wing of Nax for my build because I'm noob. Like, I don't have any cards. I have the first wing of Nax unlocked, and I just want to get Belcher and guys, I think it's like Slogoth or whatever his name in second wing and Nax. Both are like AAA cards that go in like every deck. So I'm like, need to get Nax unlocked. So
See, I've played Hearthstone longer than you have, I think, and I still don't know what you're talking about. That's how much I do not know anything about Hearthstone.
yeah.
You're like, oh, I'm a noob at Hearthstone. You probably been playing for 2-3 days. And you're way better than I've been playing it since like January, probably.
Well,
I mean, I don't play it a lot, but I play it here and there when I'm bored.
I watched Trump for like 5 hours to really figure out the game, and then I've been watching TB's videos of like the gimmick decks over
Right.
and like a lot. And what he'll do is he plays like I do. He analyzes what people are playing, and he can figure out their deck in like 2 seconds because he knows the meta. So I figured out the meta from watching someone else play, because that game's really not that fast. So as much as I would love it to be. So yep, Hearthstone's fun. I really like it, except the grind to get cards. That's kind of infuriating. Oh yeah, and I played Heroes of the Storm this week. I played that yesterday because Assassin asked me to play it. Hi Assassin, welcome in the chat again. And Assassin asked me to play it, and then I switched from Hearthstone to that, and he left after 3 minutes, and it was sad. So, like literally in the first 5 seconds of the game, Assassin wasn't in chat anymore. I'm like, darn it. So, but we played for a few hours. So, yeah, I played a lot. Mario Maker is definitely one of the highlights. I think I am going to make it a regular on my channel. Like, hey guys, come and give me your levels type thing, and I will play them live for you on Twitch.
I was thinking about doing something similar, yeah.
And I think that's going to happen. I think at this point, I'm logging in every day, but one of the infuriating things about Mario Maker is you get content per day still. Like, you have to log in and play for like 5 minutes or whatever. And then you can unlock the next tier of unlocking. So, like, I just got the underwater level set yesterday. I was queued for that after playing for 5 minutes the previous day. So it's infuriating because people are moving forward their Wii U clocks to get all the items like right now. But me, I want to play organically. But there's certain items I really, really, really want, if that makes sense, like in level creation, that I'm like, maybe I should just skip, because I really want like the haunted house levels with the boo and that type of mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
So I can create fun things like putting boos in invisible blocks and things. Yeah. And that's what I'm really looking forward to, is just creating levels in that game. So, and playing your Kaizo Mario levels. So
I created a level, by the way.
yeah. Did you ever get around to playing mine? Because I know the answer.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. Only
Well, that
8%
one
of
night
people.
when you linked it to me, I played Mario Maker for like half an hour, and then I immediately got really exhausted. I was like, yeah, nobody's watching. I'm just going to go to bed.
Yeah, I was streaming at the same time, so sorry. But
That's right.
But yeah, like 14 people have tried my level. Only 8% of them have passed, whatever that means. So, and I made it passable. It's very passable. I'm very generous. I give you 1 fire flower at the beginning. So,
Just one.
just the one, and there's a star that spawns at the end. But my level is called Death from Above, and it just has a bunch of moving platforms, like just interspersed, and that you have to jump through. And then I just have like 100 Lakitus just like above. It's not like 100, it's like 28, and they're all throwing spikes and whatnot down at you and random enemies. So yeah, it's a trek to get through, but it's possible. You just got to keep on moving. So, yep. People seem to really enjoy that one. Although I've stumped people with my ship level, so not many people pass
You have
it.
a ship level?
Well, I didn't have ship first, but what I've done is, I don't want to spoil the puzzle, but I put arrows to make it easier for people. But I've put a bungee block in one of the blocks, and you have to pop that by ground pounding on it, as opposed to breaking it. And people just can't figure that out to unlock it, to jump on it. So, yep. It's still pretty great.
Yep. And I think that's pretty much it for that stuff.
Yep, that's pretty much it. So we've been playing a lot, and let's go ahead and wrap it up and plug our stuff. So,
go. You all are above me, so
okay, I'll plug my stuff. I'll do a few 20 minutes a game this week, which is my review system. I play 20 minutes a game, or 20 minutes of the game, and then give you a category review system after it. I got a review key for a tower defense game, which is exciting. I know that doesn't sound exciting to most, but it's like the Inside Out game, or it's like Inside Out, that Pixar movie, where your towers are based on your emotions. And I'm like,
okay,
it
cool.
just looks interesting. So, and I'm going to be playing a lot more Hearthstone, obviously, Guild Wars 2, Mario Maker. Actually, everything I just played, I'm going to be playing this week again, because I want to get the 20 minutes a game on Phantom Pain out, but I want to complete the game first. So, just got through chapter 1.
Pretty far by now on that game.
There's 2 chapters. Chapter 3 got cut by Konami, but I'm through chapter 1. Now I'm into like crazy spoilery sections and chapter 2, so I don't want to talk about it. But yes. Yeah, there's going to be Halo. There's going to be lots of things. So on my channel this week. So tune in here on twitch.tv or on Lockdown Target Show over on YouTube. I promise I'll upload more than just the podcast and Hot Chocolate Chronicles this week, which I have to do after this because I'm slow on that too. So that's it for me this week. Anna?
More of the usual for the most part. I'm gonna try not to miss a day this week like I did the last couple of weeks, but work's been kind of getting in the way of getting videos out. But it's gonna be more Let's Plays. Yeah. Yep. I actually have one. I have my editor open right now. I just got to finish editing it, cutting it down a bit, and then it's going to go out today. But for the most part, I'll probably be playing Starbound, Terraria, and I haven't actually figured out what I'm playing for. Oh, I'm finishing Nights 7 and 8, because my brother talked me into playing those on Five Nights at Freddy's 4, so I'm going to do it.
Good luck with that.
I know. Anyway, so I'm going to at least attempt those this week. And then Friday's art video, I haven't quite picked what I'm doing yet. It might be the finishing of the King K. Rool piece. It might be something different. We'll see.
King
and
K.
then
Rool.
Yeah, because I started him, but I want to take him to like the completed form, so he looks really polished and really nice. And then Saturday, I haven't decided what it'll be yet. And then Sunday, more vlogging. So
Yay.
Yeah, yay! That's pretty much it.
Hey, let's go.
Over on my YouTube channel this week, I'm going to be announcing the winner from our World of Warcraft for the Horde Ring giveaway, and I'll probably be announcing the new one next week for another giveaway. I also am going to be putting up a video for an indie game called Fight the Dragon, which looks like Animal Crossing and plays like Diablo. So it's a blast. I can't wait to get that one up.
Hooray! I guess it's my turn.
Yep.
Hello, everybody. I'm Evan the Pixel Pusher. And this week, it was probably just going to be mostly more Let's Play-y type stuff on Jet Force Gemini with my friend Brad, because we're co-oping that. He plays Floyd, and I play the main character. We'll probably switch back and forth eventually. Also, some more Life is Strange. I got some of that done today. And also, the thing that me and Alice wanted to plug, I am going to be... Previously, I had a series on my channel called Nerd Talks, which has sort of since evolved into my Thinking Out Loud video series, which I sort of just started, which I should probably make another one of those anyway. But I've sort of thought about making Nerd Talks more of a podcast type thing. So we're going to try that out this week. And me and Alice sort of actually stumbled upon a topic earlier this morning that we were just randomly talking to each other about something. So we'll probably do a regular podcast stuff like on Twitch, and then I will put that up on YouTube afterwards. And I don't really have any sort of set schedule for those yet. It's sort of a new thing I'm starting to do with that. And next week you can be looking forward to some humans versus zombies footage. That's a real life thing. With Nerf
my
guns.
colleges used to do it.
With Nerf guns. Well, actually, that's the church function thing I'm doing next week.
Nice.
For our youth group kickoff for the fall is we're going to be playing Humans versus Zombies. That's sort of why I went out and bought a bunch of Nerf guns today.
Yep.
Which are all mine, but I'm letting them use. To be honest, I should probably make just a separate random video about like my Nerf collection, so I can show how much Nerf stuff I actually have. Probably not a big of collection as some people, but I have a pretty big collection. But yeah, so you could look at all that over on youtube.com/pictureportraits. I'm just gonna stick that in chat because I'm a mod. Ha! And also, I'll be streaming probably more Mario Maker this week because I'm not going to be putting any Nintendo stuff on my channel after this until they get their act together. So probably more Zelda Ocarina of Time on Twitch, probably more Mario Maker on Twitch, and probably maybe some Naruto as well, to be honest, because I don't know, me and my friend Dave wanted to get that out there. Like, we wanted to play some with each other. I was like, oh yeah, let's watch two noobs at Naruto just try and play Naruto, so that might be fun. So yeah, so we'll probably be playing that too. So there you go. And I'm also gonna put that in the chat because I'm a mod. Boom, twitch.tv. Come follow. Come follow and watch me be really bad at video games. So there you go. That's me plugging my stuff.
Yep. So that's everyone. So. And we forgot to talk about our closing. Oops.
It's all right.
And I sent me a really good idea. So let's do that one of these weeks, is work on our closing. So anyways, until we meet again, stay on target. And everyone else is closing. So.
And give yourself a hug and go out and show a smile. Hope to see you later.